Hi everybody, I'm back. Today's video is actually a mashup of the past couple of weeks of 10 days, 2 weeks of thrifting, garage sales, and antiquing. I've had to do a little bit of running around, so I didn't have time to make more individual videos. So I just smashing all this together, and then I will go over the haul from the past couple of weeks with you at the end. So these are clips from the various places I went. They were both Long Island and up here. Thrift stores, garage sales. I think there's an antique store in there too. I can't even remember at this point. But enjoy, and then I'll see you in a minute. All right, the first place I stopped at is called Thrift Savers, and they're in a town called East Northport on Long Island. They had some cute squirrel figurines. I feel like I find squirrels everywhere I go. I should start a collection one of these days. This is, I believe it's called Pebble Tone by Indiana Glass, and that was a flash glass version. You could see some of the flash was already coming off of it, and typically the flashware stuff does not, age well. This was just attractive, but it was kind of a mass-produced piece of pottery, and they didn't really have a whole lot of stuff this day. I did check out the bags. They had some nice teacup and saucer sets, just pairs of them, not like a full set of, like 5 or 6 saucers. And then this was, I just did that video on early American pressed glass, and this looked like another piece of it that I hadn't seen, so I figured I'd add it to the collection, my little encyclopedia. And then these were really cute. So these are Otaguri teacups, and they have this nice foliage pattern on them with the blue and the brown and the green leaves. I just thought they were really pretty. I did go over and check out the mugs. These are Pfaltzgraff. I think it's Nature Wood Portfolio Collection, and I hadn't seen this color, which I thought was really pretty, but it's not really much for resale there. I kind of was looking at them more for myself than anything. And then continuing down the shelves here, nothing too really spectacular at all. I think there was a piece, this, at first I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's hand painted. And then as I picked it up, I was like, this is kind of ugly. Not marked on the back. And as I put it down, I was even more certain I thought it was ugly. And then this is another soup tureen. I love playing this game of, is it Bavaria? Is it Japan? So this one was Japan, and it said the Madrid pattern on the bottom. Still very, very pretty. A lot of these pieces from Japan that are meant to imitate fine porcelain, honestly, I think are beautiful and suit their purpose just fine. This is the Indiana Glass Grape Harvest. I hadn't seen this square plate in person, so I did take a second to look it up, but it's pretty common. And then this was a Wheaton bottle coin bank, Uncle Sam, good price on it, good condition. I believe it's Westmoreland. This is one of their covered candy dishes. And I would have picked it up, except that I did notice it had a kind of honking big chip out of it. So that one I left behind. But again, it's Westmoreland milk glass. This was the second place I went, and they were closed, and I was so sad. And even worse, there's like all these windows that are between me and everything that I want to look at. But at least I could do a little bit of window shopping. But yeah, I was pretty sad about the whole thing. See? Still there. Still sad. Still glass between me and the stuffs inside. All right, now we are over at Salvation Army. These are by NASCO, and they do only go for a few bucks, so there wasn't like a huge resale value there, but they were a cute little set of colored shot glasses. And here is a great piece of Hager mid-century. I love the color. I love the gold brush strokes on it. It just screams mid-century. Has a little tiny chip, but completely forgivable. This one I've looked at a couple of times. It is made in Japan, so it is probably a mass-produced piece. I think they had $5 on it. Not too terrible. Coming over to the clear section, this piece of glass here caught my eye. I thought it was going to be something super fancy. It's Mikasa, so not anything fancy. And they blatantly put their logo in the bottom so that when you look at it, you just see Mikasa, which to me is kind of a little bit tactless. This was a nice piece of etched and silver overlay for $4. As I looked it over though, I kind of realized it probably had a top at one point. And then this is Whitehall, their aqua green cubist candy dish. That was in good condition. These I thought were something else. I can't remember his name. There is an artist that does these kind of cats, but these were actually by Oriental Trading, and they are very common. And they had a price of $15 on them. This is a round bottom bowl I need to do more research on. I am not sure if that is a replica or a real kind of older piece of pottery. A little bit of polychrome Delftware, which I do love, and it is marked on the bottom, which is always good. Not a huge resale value, but there is a nice market for it. I came over to the dishware. Oh, they had a load of snow babies, and I actually already have tons of snow babies because I inherited a bunch, or my husband and I should say, inherited a ton of them from my mother-in-law. So I could not get more snow babies. This is, they had $40 on this, which is why I did not get it. But this is Eva Zeisel for Hall Craft. And some of this stuff can go for a few bucks, but pretty much everything they had there was at retail price. This is Kaiser Pottery. $25 was way too much on that. At the most, it's like maybe $15. It's a really pretty piece, but it was stained at the top of it, if you can see there. And it was kind of a very porous material that I don't think it would have cleaned up well. Another piece of Delftware marked on the bottom, which is good. And then this pedestal plate was super pretty. It was marked made in Italy. However, it was $25 with a gigantic crack in it. So I did leave that one behind. Let's see here. Next, so we are now over at a store called Long Island Thrift. This is in Huntington, New York. This was a very pretty hand-painted lamp, and it was signed Shop, SCHOPP. They had $18.99 on it. I didn't know enough about it to spend $18.99, but it is something I still want to research. This is a beautiful Majolica urn with a crane on it. I love everything about it. I love the colors, the crane, the flowers. The price was only $4.99. So I did just check it over. And then this is Murano. Nice bowl there. And then they wheeled out a cart just before I was going to leave. These little pandas, I don't know who these are by. I want to say they are made in Japan or China. They are mass produced. I thought they might be by a company called Gans, who I've gotten some other things from. I did check this paperweight to make sure it wasn't. I know Blanco made a couple of paperweights like this, so I'm still trying to learn about which of these plaque paperweights are Blanco and which are not. That was not Blanco. And then the elephant I looked up, retail was also about $20. This is by Omnibus. Made in Korea. I thought it was a pretty picture, but I don't think very much room to make any money there. And I'm sorry my throat is a little scratchy. It is hotter than the dickens today, and I'm definitely dehydrated. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to chug water. These were a really nice set of, I think it was 3 cookie jars. They were priced a little bit too high for me to probably make any money on them. They were $11, $9, and $7. But they're from the Botanic Garden, and they had these beautiful botanic scenes on them. And I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. But again, no room to make any money there. And then this was $7. I assumed as I pulled it off the shelf, it's probably Polish glass. This looked to be a nice mid-century vase. No marks on the bottom, and the base had quite a bit of chipping in it. So I did not wind up taking it. And then this is the Murano vase that goes with that bowl I picked up earlier. $18.99 on it. It's a pretty common piece of Murano glass. I've also seen something very similar made by a home goods company. Okay, so here is the haul. Lots of pretty stuff here. A couple of these things I already have listed. This fairy picture, which is so pretty. This was at a garage sale down on Long Island. I have this listed at I think $36. And I want to say I paid around $10 for it. But it's just so pretty. On my way down to Long Island, I had stopped at a garage sale. They had a whole box of the Dragonware for $10. So I grabbed that. It's got the sugar, creamer, teapot, saucers, cups, all that. This was also from a garage sale. This piece, this is a Sita, so that's Sweden. I have this listed at $24, I believe. This piece of, I believe, Murano, I'm not 100% sure, I haven't looked it up. This Murano and this Murano, they all came from the same garage sale. This here, this was from Long Island Thrift, this blue vase. I think it might be Polish, I'm not sure, I haven't looked it up yet, but $6.99, I'm sure I can make a couple bucks. And then this Murano bowl, which was like the vase, which confirms even more that that vase probably was Murano, and I could have picked it up, but... I found this at a garage sale. What did I pay for this? Like $8. It was part of a bundle, so not a lot spent there. And then these two vases. This one here, this was at a garage sale. I paid $10. I think I already have it listed for like $40. And then this was at Goodwill. And I don't know. Yeah, the price is still on the bottom there. So $6.99 on that at Goodwill. And I'll probably put that up somewhere in the $40 range. It's in pretty good shape, and it's nice hand painted. This was that little Majolica urn, which is so pretty with the crane on it. And I was able to get the lid off in the store and check. There were no chips or anything, so that was in good shape. This here is Doe Creek pottery. This was $5 at a garage sale. And you can see it's signed there on the back. I'll put this back down without breaking anything. A nice piece of Delftware. This was from the Salvation Army. And it is marked on the bottom. And this was also at the Salvation Army. What do we pay here? $3.99, $4. It wasn't that distinct at first. And then I saw these little dots in the... finish, and I was like, well, that should be characteristic and help me identify it, which I haven't done yet, but we'll find out. And then this candy dish came from a garage sale. This was $3, New Martinsville. I believe it's called Ice Blue, and gosh, that is really pretty. I do like that. And then for some reason, I came into abundance of this stuff. So this was at Thrift Savers, and this was at Thrift Savers. Those are both on Long Island, and I paid $4 a piece, $3.99, $4. And then this was upstate. This was in New Hartford from Thrifty Shopper, and I want to say I paid $4.99 on that. And then this one was like the following weekend, also at Thrifty Shopper. So it's kind of funny that I found those a couple weekends apart. They must have been cleaning things out. This was great. I found this at a garage sale for $1, and I love it. Like, it's almost hard to sell it. It's so friggin' cool. Look at that. I found... This is Gon's Bluebird paperweight. It's not the Bluebird of Happiness paperweights. It's bigger than that. I'll show you. It's like much bigger. Still beautiful. Nice cobalt blue color. RCA dog. This is part of a set. The other set is actually the record player, which wasn't there. So this is, I guess, the pepper. It's got 2 holes in it. And then the record player would have been the salt shaker. This, when I grabbed it, I thought it was something else, and I grabbed it fast. I was like, oh, it's got like a partial label on it. I can figure it out. I thought it might be rainbow glass, but I think it's actually Indiana glass, and I didn't notice at the time that it's actually like a flash glass. It's not solid glass, and the flash has definitely seen better days. But that's what happens in the heat of the moment, and you just get so excited and start grabbing things, whatever. This was at the Salvation Army, just a little optic thing. It's probably contemporary. Would I pay $3 for it? But still pretty, nice in a windowsill kind of thing. And then this is Indiana glass, their aqua green Whitehall pattern, which is just so pretty. It's just got that nice kind of blue glass look, and this one was in perfect shape. So I did grab that. I think I might have already listed that, like 18 bucks, something like that. These two little fairy lamps, they were at Long Island Thrift, and I want to say I paid $5 for the pair on those. And then this paperweight was at a garage sale. I think I paid $12 for it. It's not signed, so I'll probably only list this around $20. And then I'll get my tripod out of the way here. These Irving glass, blue mid-century crackle glass, salt and pepper shakers, just totally awesome. They'll probably go up around like $30 or something like that. I think I have to clean one of them. And then this art glass paperweight cat. I don't believe this is the Murano version because there's no features in the face at all, and these ears are a little bit thicker than the Murano version, so that's probably more mass-produced one, but cat stuff sells, so I don't have any concerns about that. Coming over here, it's so like, okay. Millefiori knob paperweight. I believe it's Murano. I've seen them as Murano, but I've seen a lot of stuff that wants to be Murano. But it's super cool. It's super heavy. There's a little hole in the bottom because that thing, solid glass, would be insane. And then this paperweight here, this was at Salvation Army, and it's signed. Anybody recognizes that? That would be cool. It says, to me, it looks like it says Paris or Pax 1994. Very pretty paperweight though, so good condition. What else was there? I think that, oh no, lie. These are vintage negative trays. I found these at Thrifty Shopper for $4.99 for the pair, and they are just like really cool pieces of vintage glassware. If you use them for a display piece or on a vanity, something, you're on a counter for just, you know, holding this or that. Pink depression glass, of course, the pattern escapes my mind. I want to say Florentine, just the creamer. And then this is Godinger crystal, their beehive collection, their honey pot. This, I think I paid $3.99 for, and it's really sparkly, nice piece of crystal, and it's, you know, not anything huge to try and store, and it has a practical use, so it's not like something stupid that's just going to sit in the cabinet. And this was at the Salvation Army. Now, I don't know a lot about this kind of stuff. Let me bring it over into the light. But this is, I want to say this is probably a replica piece, but it does have a round bottom, so it is intended to be used on the ground and not really as a decorative piece. So that's where I'm a little bit, but the inside is a little dirty. It doesn't seem completely aged though, so I'm not sure. Here's how the handles are applied. I'll show you the other one really quick. So, I mean, I don't think I came across something super rare or anything, but I would love to know more if anybody could give me a hand with a better identification on it. I just don't want to assume it isn't something either, because that wouldn't be fair to those who made it. So that one we'll work on for a bit. What else? These, found a pair of Costa Boda candle holders. These were at Long Island Thrift. I paid $2.99 a piece. The other one's in the house because I was going to clean it up and I just didn't get to it yet. What else do we have? These guys. These little panda bear paperweights. Hey, hello. $3.99 a piece. They were just really cute. And they were like on a fresh cart, which is doom for me because I feel like every time I see a fresh cart, it's like, oh, there's got to be something on there I can buy for sure. Just a tortoise shell candle holder. It's probably a no-name thing, but I'm a sucker for tortoise shell, so I just grabbed it be on the safe side. $4.99 on that. Mexican tonala birds, signed Netzel. So that was pretty nice by $8.99. And then this is from Spain. This is just a nice art pottery wine bottle holder. I'm starting to lose my daylight here, but Yeah, so I think I went over everything. Let's see, let's just backtrack here a second. Did all that. We did those paperweights. Yep, that would be it. So, I've already started listing some of this stuff, and I got to finish listing it actually in the next couple days because I have to go back down to Long Island, and I want to get this batch out of the way. Not sure where the next video will be from, but stay tuned. I will do better to get something loaded a little bit sooner than I did this time, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye for now.